I smell weed.
Stand up. Stand up.
What? Wait, why?
Because I'm telling you to. Stand up. Okay, you're not under arrest. You understand that?
Son of a bitch.
High school student arrested after flashing handgun at students in classroom. I'm Ian Runkle, also known as Runkle of the Bailey. Let's give this one a watch.
On March 10th, 2023, a Vero Beach High School teacher received a handwritten note concerning an 18-year-old sophomore student who was bragging about having a loaded gun in the classroom. The teacher immediately notified the on-campus deputy, who eventually called for backup.
Where's the backpack supposedly? In here?
7219. We'll burn her out and we'll go down the hall.
Yeah. Well, we're close. Yeah, we're closer to admin than we are anything else.
Good morning.
Okay, I just want to. We got to ask you a few questions. We got a little tip. Okay, that's what he said. So that's not. You're good.
And I hope the officer in the back was sitting there like ready to grab that backpack if the student made any reach for it. This is a very casual sort of interaction, which I guess is appropriate given that it's a student, but you still want to be really careful given that there's the suggestion that there's a gun here.
Yesterday, remember when I was in there checking bags in your math class? Well, today, it was reported that you had hid your backpack. This is what I'm being told, because you had a gun in your backpack. Okay, that's what, I'm just saying that's what people were saying.
Yeah, you can
So,
search my bag.
yeah, and that's why I don't want
This is a good tactic for de-escalation and keeping things chill is to just, this is the reports I'm being told. I'm not saying that it's, that it's real, but, I have to investigate. It's a very non-confrontational approach, and it's a good approach. I use this approach with, when I've got a client who might have told me some BS. It's like, well, I'm not saying you're lying, but there's this other information that's come in. It's a good tactic. It's a good method of approaching these things.
Now, let me ask you before you go any further on that. Do you recall, did you ever make a statement like that yesterday? That maybe you were messing around and somebody said they saw it or heard it?
They ain't never seen it or heard nothing from me.
Okay, can I see your backpack? You have anything else on you that you shouldn't have on you today?
No, sir.
Could you empty your pockets out for me?
Empty my pockets.
Huh?
Empty my pockets for what?
Because I'm checking.
So the kid's like, oh yeah, you can search my backpack, but then it's, empty my pockets? I don't want to do that. This deputy here, I assume that's what this guy is. He's of course not really in a uniform here, but he's immediately spotted that as well.
I'm checking everything.
There's nothing.
Then empty your pockets.
I
Huh?
don't I don't feel like it.
Empty your pockets or you're going to be put
Okay,
in
listen,
handcuffs.
I smell weed, but I
That's not.
I'm just explaining to you that I'm doing a safety check. No one's accused you of anything.
But why search me though?
Because your name
Because
came
we
up.
have a serious allegation. That's
So we
what
are going to search you.
Okay, but can you call me home? Because I don't feel this is necessary. It was other kids in the classroom.
I know. I was
You
okay.
don't- I don't
Stand
know.
up. Stand
For
up.
what? Wait, why?
Because I'm telling you to. Stand up. Stand up.
Yeah, they're pretty concerned about the handgun here, and when the kid's like, nah, I don't want you to see in my pockets, the conclusion that they're going to reach is there's a gun in the pockets, or there's something in the pockets. I mean, maybe not a gun, maybe there's, maybe there's drugs, maybe there's all sorts of things.
Okay, you're not under arrest. You understand that?
You're not under arrest, you're just in handcuffs.
No, sir. I don't feel this is necessary to search me though.
No reason.
I gotta.
Hold her for 1 second. I just want to get those on.
I can't hear you, hon. You got a what?
I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay, well.
I gotta use the bathroom so I can try to hide the gun real quick. Nope, I think they're gonna have the female officer put on gloves and do a quick pat down search and check first. This kid's getting real squirrely real fast.
Shakedown on the bottom of this, but.
That's pencils, bro.
Okay,
That's pencils.
okay. Don't be upset with me.
I just.
He's already sort of said, I don't really care about the weed. I mean, that doesn't mean that you believe him, but also you're not required to respond to that sort of thing. When the guy says, oh yeah, there's some, some shake in here, it's okay to just say nothing, to just sort of look at them and just say nothing. Like, you don't have to respond to everything the officer says.
What's up with you?
But why are y'all searching me?
I told you why.
Oh my
Go ahead, lean up against the...
Resource 232, I've got.
You got nothing on it.
Jerry, 25.
Okay, I'm gonna step
Hey,
out for a second.
Stop.
I'm gonna step out.
Okay.
Bro, come on. Come
Mike,
on,
0.
bro. Come on. Oh my god, bro.
Can you come to my office ASAP? Son of a bitch.
The officer in the back didn't like hearing that, especially because now he realizes he's been sitting there with this kid having the gun on her the whole time. That's not great. She didn't want that to get found.
That's my wallet, bro. Come on.
Resource 222, resource 80.
Just go ahead and tell him signal 0. We're by Yankee.
Ain't nothing on me, bro.
That was the search.
Oh my god, is this necessary,
Yes.
bro?
Nothing on me. Didn't they just... That looked like the handgun that they were pulling out there, so... Ain't nothing on me. I think that ship may have sailed.
I don't have nothing else on me, bro. I swear I don't, bro.
Then just cooperate.
Oh my god, bro, is you serious?
Jerry, 27.
Sit down.
How did he come back? I'm gonna step out back with Mr. O'Keefe just for a second.
I didn't harm nobody.
You're in possession of a firearm on
I
school grounds.
understand that, but no one
And a
was
tip was
harmed.
received. It doesn't matter if
I didn't actually shoot somebody. I mean, I could have at any time, but I didn't actually shoot somebody. Kids have this great way of thinking about things where nothing is ever their fault. And this is true of like all sort of young offenders. Youth work sucks. And that's partially because of the kids, partially because of their parents. Sometimes it can be really hard to get them to realize that they're even in trouble, right? Because you'll be like, oh, well, they found a gun on you, and they go, oh, well, it's not such a big deal, is it? And it can be really hard to explain to them in a way that they understand that, yes, this is a really big deal. And in this case, this kid is in really big deal territory and is like, it's not, nobody got hurt.
anybody's harmed. You're not allowed to possess a firearm, period, let alone on school grounds.
I understand that. No one's harmed, bro.
Okay, I'm going to read you your Miranda.
Okay.
Okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say
I'm going
can...
to jail?
Huh?
Am I going to jail?
Okay,
Right now,
just
you...
listen.
Listen to your rights.
Okay.
I want you to tell me whether you understand them or not.
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent.
Okay.
Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have your lawyer present with you while you are being questioned.
Okay.
If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed.
And the right to remain silent is really important. She should have been exercising that ahead of time and going, hey, I don't have anything to say. But also, once they're telling you you've got a right to have a lawyer present for any questioning, you want the lawyer.
To represent you before questioning. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you still have the right to stop answering at any time and speak with a lawyer. You may use any of these rights at any time during the interview. Do you understand the rights that I have just read to you?
Yes,
Okay. Do you want to answer questions?
Yes.
And that noise you could hear in the background, at this point I'm concluding that gun was loaded because it sounds like he's clearing rounds out of a magazine and probably counting them into a bag.
Okay, what are you doing with a handgun on school grounds?
No, I honestly was not trying to harm anybody with it. I was just carrying it around.
And she's already admitted a whole lot of things. Her answers should have been, I got nothing to say. I want to talk to I want a lawyer here. But nope. She's just said, I wasn't trying to harm anybody with it. So she's admitting possession, which, I mean, fair enough. They've already pretty much got her on. But this, you don't want to be talking to them. Just lawyer. That's it.
Why were you carrying it around on school grounds?
Because I understand that it's people on school ground that likes to bully people, and I felt like I was getting bullied by a certain.
So she's just basically said, I might use this to defend myself by shooting a bully. There is no good answer to this question, by the way. It's one of those questions that they love to ask because there's no correct answer. There's no answer that won't hurt you. So answering at all is a bad move.
People on school ground.
Okay.
Sir.
Chambered and
Where-
loaded mag.
Where did you get the gun?
I got it from off the streets.
13 traffic.
And the officer in the back said chambered and loaded mag. So that thing was ready to go at the pull of a trigger. Possibly there'd need to be the safety flicked off, but it was ready to go. So, ready for business.
Did you steal it from?
No, ma'am.
Did you acquire it from somebody else?
No, ma'am.
Mike,
So how did you get it?
you have prior knowledge of Sean asked me.
Florida, India Kilo 40 Bravo Tango 524.
Yes.
How long have you had the gun?
I just,
How many times have you brought it to school?
that's not the first. I swear.
None of these are questions that you should be answering, you know. And when she was staying silent there, that was the smartest thing she's done all day.
Yes, I swear.
Yesterday.
I didn't bring no gun yesterday. I swear.
Okay, well, I heard a statement that you brought it yesterday.
Caltech 380 semi-automatic.
Is there anything in it?
Yes,
It's loaded.
it's loaded.
I'm sorry, no, it's not a. Yes, O'Keefe, it's a Ruger. Not a Caltech. It looks just like a Caltech.
The officer's having some trouble determining the gun. That's not terribly uncommon. Gun determination can be difficult, although the first thing you want to do is read any sort of stamping or engraving or printing or anything like that on it. Gun IDs by shape can sometimes be a challenge, even if you're familiar with a lot of firearms.
Sean? It's loaded.
It has a magazine with bullets, and there was one in the chamber.
It's going to be a transport, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
I'm just B-Rob with
Can I?
Going to be a transport, which means she's going to jail. That was the question that she was asking earlier. So, yep, they're carting her out of here.
Can I make a phone call, please?
Not right
Not
now.
yet.
You can make a phone call when you get to the Emory County Jail.
Can I make a phone call is the wrong question. I want to call my lawyer is the correct way of phrasing that, because they, you know, if she says I'm making a phone call, well, who's that to, right? Is she going to order a pizza? Is she calling her mom? Is she, you know, calling the media? Is she, you know, prank calling the local bar? What is she doing? You got to specifically invoke your rights. Be very clear about that so that there's no wiggle room. There's no dodging that issue.
In jail?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Alicia, I'm gonna
What part
talk
of
to you
this do
because
you not
I'm
think
your
is serious?
administrator.
I
Because
understand that, but
I'm
no
like
one
your
was-
parent today. Here's what I want to tell you why. You have something.
I'm going to go
that
grab
you
a bag
should
from your
have.
office.
I
So it's very
understand
serious nature, so they're gonna have to do this until it gets worked out.
that. Are you serious, bro? No one was harmed, though.
You're walking around in school with a gun with
I
bullets in it.
understand that, but no one was harmed, sir.
No one was harmed. I mean, they're still going to take this pretty seriously because somebody could have been. And there's tons of crimes in, you know, the various criminal codes and statutes and so forth across different states, across different countries that are serious crimes, even if no one is harmed. Even if you just are possessing a kilo of heroin just because you really like the look of it. You know, you really think it rounds out the room. It just looks great where it is. That's still going to send you to jail for a long time. No one was harmed is not the end of things here.
So
I don't care.
it is a felony to have a weapon on school grounds. Plus, you were a juvenile, or did you turn 18?
I'm 18.
You're 18 now?
That's tragic here because in most places the cutoff between juvenile and adult is not sort of a gentle slope into additional responsibilities. It's more like falling off a cliff. And so you can go from a situation where you might be treated fairly gently by the justice system to one where you might be treated very, very harshly, and where the justice system will hammer you. And if she's 18, it sounds like she's into hammer time.
Okay, so you're going to the county jail. Okay.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I can't even call. Can you call my mom for me?
We will call her. Well, you could call her from the jail.
Oh man, she's not. I was just finna get off juvenile probation.
Oh, she's already on probation too. That makes it even worse. Just ticking all the boxes here for just how bad this could be.
It's just one time thing. I never bought it yesterday. I swear, I never bought it yesterday.
You may not have. We just got a tip, and I told you when I got you out of the classroom, I have to look at all tips,
Yeah.
whether it's weapons, guns, whatever it is, weed.
I didn't bring no weed.
Okay, well, it smelled of it. That's all.
Yeah.
And but when we ask to empty your pockets, you know, if you refuse, this is what happens.
So if I would have emptied my pockets, y'all would never did this to me.
No, we were
Well,
done
you
saying-
still.
No, should still be going to jail, right? It's not This is not optional. It's just she would have maybe not gotten cuffed. But the other thing is if she'd emptied her pockets and pulled out a gun, they probably would have freaked the F out. Don't pull out a gun in the presence of officers. So, you know, if they're going to be searching you, just let them find it, I think is the better way to do it.
Arrested.
But you don't have to go through all the anguish. Just, you know that when you're in my office with deputies and you know you have something, it's best just to, it's not going to get any better. I want to know.
I just want to know what's going to happen.
So, just like I told you, you're going to go to the county jail. Okay, you're under arrest right now for possession of a weapon on school grounds. It's a felony. Okay, so we're getting a transport unit here. You're going to be transported to the county jail. Okay, at that time, you will be able to use the phone in booking
Yeah, Mr. Branch.
to call whoever you.
She's surprisingly chill about this, which is good. I mean, you want to be calm, you want to be reasonable. All of this, you know, if it's going to a trial, if it's going to a sentencing, wherever this ends up going, you want to not look like a crazy person or a violent person, especially given the firearm. You want to not look like a violent person or an angry person. So her demeanor is helpful to her here.
Good,
Can
what's
you
up?
just call her for me?
No, ma'am.
Yeah. Who do you live with? Just curious.
I stay with my mom.
Your mother?
Yeah,
Does she know you got one?
no.
Oh, she's going to find out.
She's 18.
I think we'll eventually on my end contact your mother. I
Can
don't,
you please?
I mean, I don't
So
have
she
to.
knows, please?
Well, that's up to
What?
law enforcement right now.
Please?
She will know when you contact her at the jail.
Yeah, you're
okay,
under control right now.
Right now, you are 18. Okay, you're an adult at this point, so we don't have to follow the same things that we would with a juvenile.
I understand.
Okay, so when you get to the county jail, you can call mom. You're gonna have to
You
wait
got her
until
phone?
booking. Yeah, it's
So
in
when
her
I get
bag.
any posts-
Often, and I mean, this varies from place to place, but often if they're dealing with a juvenile, they have to bring parents in, involve them at earlier stages. But whereas when you're an adult, you know, they're going to treat her like she's 40. She doesn't have the same, you know, the same rights as like a 17-year-old would.
No, it's in her bag. Earbuds are in her
This
bag.
is in her bag. It's a lip gloss, I think.
What about your jacket? Do you want to keep that on, or you?
Yeah,
Do you have any other jewelry on?
no.
What about your belt?
Yeah, can you?
Alicia, are you in fear of anything?
No, I just
I mean,
want to
is
talk
there
to
anybody
her.
at school that you're worried about?
I mean, yeah, it was.
But not any longer?
I don't know. I don't know.
You
But,
said,
my Apple Watch, please. Kids was trying to they was messing with me and my sister, and
Did you report it to anybody yet?
yes, me and my sister reported it plenty of
To
times.
who?
Miss Bowl came to Miss Bowl about it plenty of times.
Who did?
It was a couple of girls, but
Okay. Well, we'll get, right now, we just want to make sure that we're doing everything that we can.
The thing is, you might think, oh, it's a couple of girls. How much of a threat could it be? Those couple of girls might also be packing. It's a different world nowadays.
And
now, were you worried that these girls were gonna attack you with weapons?
yeah, they always saying how they gonna do this to me and my sister, and I just.
The suspect was charged with 3 serious felonies, including possession of a weapon on school grounds. The mother of the suspect argued that her daughter was innocent and claimed that the officers had not properly executed their duties.
Real quick, I just wanted to say that Attorney Tom / Attorney Reacts content is now on Spotify. We just launched a partnered show, link in the description. Go check it out. Now, back to the video.
That's very vague because when they say the mother argued that she was innocent, I mean, did they run this as a trial like self-rep? Like, was the mother making the arguments? And that might have been a rights argument, right? That might have been an argument about whether they violated this kid's rights. And with an issue like this, you'd certainly want to make some argument because this kid's in for a lot of hurt. I'm not going to throw stones at the mother, you know, for if there's some argument being made in order to try to defray from this, because that's what you do, right? Because there really isn't much benefit to just going in and being like, yeah, I'm going to take responsibility. Because then the court's like, oh, cool. Then we're just going to, send you to jail for a decade or whatever. They're trying to make it sound like it's sinister to do that. And I don't really see that here. I just kind of go, well, yeah, no kidding. That is what you do on these things, is you argue some sort of rights violation. Now, here we've got a search. The U.S. has different rules than where I am for, school searches and so forth, but I suspect they're probably going to be going, yeah, this search doesn't look egregious to me. That's ultimately what we have courts for, right? You're allowed to make that argument. So I don't really like how this video suggests that that's kind of, shady by mom, because that's what you do. Ultimately, this kid seems to have made a pretty, and I say kid, the law says she's an adult. 18, your brain's still not really, it's not top-notch brain activity at that age. And I say that having been an 18-year-old, I did all sorts of stupid things. Maybe not like this, but, this is going to be a real harsh lesson. And unfortunately, it's probably a situation where this might be the lesson that she can't recover from. This is one of those places of where things diverge, and you have an opportunity to maybe go and have a good life and all of that, or you blow that all up and there's just nothing left. And I fear that she's blown that all up and the rest of her life is going to be defined by this moment. Anyway, let me know what you thought of this video in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure you check out these other 2 videos. Like this video, subscribe, share with your friends. And until next time, cheers.
Big verdict.